Hello, welcome everyone. Yeah, yeah, hi, welcome. It's audible, right? Yeah, hi, welcome to everyone. Hi, good evening, guys. Am I audible? Good evening. Am I audible? Yeah, okay, fine. So thank you. So good evening, guys. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding the previous class, let me know. Any doubts regarding the previous class, please? So today we are supposed to do Brexit, right? Start from Brexit. So what's the doubt, Danush? Forum Summit. What's the doubt? Yes, Virender. Okay, so chalo then. Let us start with Brexit. So we'll quickly revise what was European Union. So your Maastricht Treaty made European Union into one political entity. Along with that, it was a single market. So single market means free movement of goods, services, labor, and capital. So that is your single market. European Union is a single market, and again, your Maastricht Treaty made European Union into a political entity. Since it's a political entity, it should have a parliament, it should have a parliament in a sense legislature, so it should have an executive, so that's nothing but your European Commission, and that should have a judiciary. So we have European judiciary. So this is about European Union, and yesterday we saw Euroscepticism. So what is this Euroscepticism? So what's the concept of Euroscepticism? The concept of Euroscepticism is that the member countries of European Union have a perception that since they are a part of European Union, they are not getting any benefits out of it, and rather they are having some negative impacts because of being in European Union. Also, because of being a member of European Union, they have some negative consequences. This entire concept is known as Euroscepticism. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Yam Yam. So good evening. Understood. Any doubt over here? So if you don't understand what is Euroscepticism, you will not understand Brexit. So Euroscepticism means it is a perception. Again, here it is not in reality, it is a perception. So the perception among the countries, among the members of European Union, that being a member of European Union has some negative consequences. So this perception is known as Euroscepticism. So screen isn't visible. So yep, I think it's visible here. There's some technical issue from your side. There's no technical issue from my side. Fine. Screen is visible, right? Yeah, it's visible. It's visible. Thank you, Sakshi. It's visible. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's visible here. It's visible for everyone. Okay. Fine. Okay. So thank you, Rupa. Okay. So chala then. Let us start with Brexit. So what is Brexit? So Brexit, the simple concept of Brexit is British exiting from European Union. So the simple concept of Brexit is British exiting from European Union. So by the way, why did British or say UK come out of European Union? What is the reason? Again, if you go through, if you go through, or say if you have seen this video or this documentary, you'll get to know that what was the reason. By the way, did you get time to watch this documentary? Did anyone see this documentary? No. Okay. So ठीक है. You can if you get time, you can see to it. There's no population issue as such. There's no population issue as such, actually. Okay, fine. So we'll see to it what. Yeah, yeah, please see to it. It's good. It's good. Okay, so I think everyone have joined the class. Okay, so okay. So now we'll start. So what is Brexit? So the simple concept Brexit means British coming out of European Union. So that is this entire episode of British coming out of European Union. So this is called as Brexit. So by the way, why did British come out of European Union? So British had the among the locals, there was a perception that was built that British is having some is not getting any benefits of being a part of European Union, and on the other hand, British is getting affected because it's a part of European Union. So in European Union, it's a single market. Single market means free movement of good, labor, service, and capital. So labor the because in European Union it's a single market, there's a free movement of labor, and within Europe the Eastern Europe is less developed compared to Western Europe. So people from Eastern Europe were moving towards British. So UK, United Kingdom, because United Kingdom is a developed one. So people from Eastern Europe were moving towards the Western Europe, mainly UK. The perception that was built among the UK, among the British people, were that because British is a member of European Union, British is having a lot of impact, say in terms of spending a lot of money, giving a lot of contribution to European Union, losing sovereignty, because in European Union, the European Union Parliament makes laws. So British was the perception was built that European Union is controlling British, and there's a loss of sovereignty of the British. So this perception was built. So as a reason, what happened? So it was initiated, the referendum, and all this anti European Union sentiments had started somewhere in early 2010. So it had started some, yeah, it had started since, yeah, yeah, post 2010, post 2010, the sentiments against European Union started developing in British. So as a reason, what happened, again in 2013, the Prime Minister of British promised that there would be a referendum regarding whether British should be a part of European Union or not. So what is referendum? Referendum, in simple concept, referendum means, yeah, in simple concept, referendum means voting. So voting whether, it's a general vote whether British should be a part of European Union or not. It's a vote yes or no, whether British should be a part of European Union or not. That concept, that referendum was promised by the Prime Minister in 2013, and again in 2016 there was a referendum that was conducted. So in this referendum, 52 percentage of the voters left EU. That's voted for British to exit from EU. 52 percentage, 48 percentage of the British people voted that British should be a part of EU, but whereas 52 percentage of the people voted that British should come out of EU. Since after this 2016 referendum, from 2016 till 2020, there was a transition period, that is British had to come out of European Union. So in this transition period, all the economic negotiation, bilateral economic negotiations were discussed between European Union countries and British, and then finally in 2020 December 31st, so British finally exited out of European Union. So this concept is called as Brexit. Understood the concept? Fine. So what is simple concept? Brexit, British coming out of European Union. So why did British come out of European Union? There was a people had a perception that British being a part of European Union had negative consequences, and there's another perception was also built that British is losing its sovereignty, because in European Union it is a European Union Parliament that makes laws. So British thought, the people among the British thought that it is European Union is dominating the British Parliament. So again, as a reason, the perception of anti-European Union started building in British, after 2010 onwards, because of the social media boom. So by in 2016 there was a referendum that was conducted. Referendum means voting whether British should be a part of European Union or not. So what was the outcome of this referendum? 52% of the people voted that British should come out of European Union. So as a reason, what happened? So the government, the British government had to accept the referendum, and then British government had started the exit policy. That is, started the exit initiation. So then what happened? So from 2016 onwards till 2020, all the formalities were completed, and finally in 2020, British came out of European Union. So this entire episode is called as Brexit. But however, after this referendum, please note here, after this referendum, after this 2016 referendum, yeah, there's a lot of negative yeah, that's what now we'll go in detail regarding this. After this 2016 referendum, there are multiple university reports were published, that is the university research reports were published, which clearly highlighted that British was getting lot of benefits being a part of European Union. British had very little negative consequences of being a part of European Union, but it had benefited in multiple aspects because it was a part of European Union. And this was not some random report. Most of the university research report supported that British being a part of European Union would benefit British. But however, due to the social media engineering, due to the social media hype, people of British thought that they are having negative consequences because they are a part of European Union. And then the referendum was had already been conducted. So this 2016 referendum had already been conducted, and then they could not reverse it back. So as a reason, British had to leave it. But however, after this 2016 referendum, up till say from 2010, see here from 2010 till 2016 referendum, lot of social media campaigning was done against European Union. So most of the British people, that is 52% of the people, fell for this false narrative that was created in the social media. After 2016, this social media narrative got stopped because they achieved their ultimate motive. And then after 2016, all the research reports that clearly highlighted that British was getting a lot of benefits being a part of European Union was highlighted. So now after 2016 referendum, British could not go back. So as a reason, the exit initiation had started. Say finally 2020, British had to come out. So what are the negative consequences of British coming out of European Union? It has a lot of negative consequences. Earlier, British, that is British had a lot of investment opportunities. That is, British could invest in any part of the European countries. Now if they have to invest in any country, they have to negotiate with the European Union. And earlier, British was seen as an attractive destination for investment because British was a part of European Union. Say for example, Tata. Take the example of Tata. Tata is this Land Rover, right? So you know this Tata Tetleti. So that Tetleti belongs to Tata. Tata has this Land Rover company. So again, Land Rover company, when because British was a part of European Union, Land Rover company, that is Land Rover cars. If Tata had a dealing with European Union itself, Tata could sell their cars in British as well as in as well as in European Union, all the remaining countries. Now, please see here, it's something like this. So earlier, yeah, let us consider Tata. So earlier, so this was your European Union, so which had British. So this was British. Now this British had come out. So earlier, Tata had to just deal with European Union in order to sell their cars, or say in order to invest in European Union, because British were a part of European Union. Now British is a separate entity. Now Tata has to deal with European Union separately, British separately, and European Union separately. it's a difficult task. It's a difficult task for both British as well as it's a difficult task for Tata. So it is not giving any benefit as such. So British is losing a lot of investments, is losing a lot of economic opportunity because it came out of European Union. So is there any positive benefit as such? No, no tangible positive benefit as such. But however, it has a lot of negative consequences to British and to remaining part of the world also. So British, again, it's a developed country, developed country. It has a lot of consumption capacity, so it's a good opportunity for most of the countries in the world to invest there, and London is an economic capital also. It had a lot of opportunities, so British being a part of European Union was benefiting British, but however now British has come out, it is creating a lot of challenge. So this is the entire concept of your Brexit. Fine. Okay, so chalo then. So let's write down. So what is Brexit? Write down here. Brexit refers to, yeah, write down. Brexit refers to UK's decision to leave European Union following 2016 referendum. Brexit refers to UK's decision to leave the European Union following the 2016 referendum. Following the 2016 referendum. Fine. So in 2020, UK finally exited in 2020, December 2020. UK finally exited EU. UK finally exited EU in 2020. UK finally exited EU. Okay, so right on here, reasons behind what's the reasons for Brexit? Reasons for Brexit. Reasons for Brexit. Reasons for Brexit. First one, right down. Sovereignty concerns. Sovereignty concerns. Sovereignty concerns. Perception of UK losing sovereignty. Losing sovereignty. Losing sovereignty. Perception of UK losing sovereignty. Perception of UK losing sovereignty to make laws. To make laws. To make laws as European Parliament was making law. As European Union Parliament was making laws. European Union Parliament was making laws. Okay, so next one is economic factor. Next one is economic factor. Perception that, again, everything is a perception. Nothing really happened in reality. All this thing, Europe, the negative consequences of UK was just a perception that was built in social media. So nothing really happened. So next one, right down. Economic factor. So economic factor, perception that UK perception that UK contributes more to perception that UK contributes more contributes more contributes more to EU than the economic benefit that it gets than the economic benefits that UK gets from than the economic benefit that UK gets from EU. Gets from EU. Okay, next one, Rado. Migration, or say immigration issues. Immigration issues from Eastern Europe. Eastern from Eastern Europe. From Eastern Europe. Fine. So these are the reasons behind Brexit. So now let us see what are the impacts of Brexit on India. Again, here, if you consider European Union, among in European Union there are 28. Earlier there were 28 countries. Now there is 27 countries because Brexit has come out. But however, when Brexit was when British was a part of UK was a part of European Union, so our important engagement was with always UK Brexit. So with sorry with always British. So among these 28 countries, British was one of the important partner to India. So if you see here, of these 28 countries, with very few countries we have very good relation because those are big countries and our interest, that is India's interest, lies with very few countries. One is UK, one is France, one is British, and one is Italy. So these are the few countries out of 28 countries. So UK, France, Italy, and Germany. So these are the some few European countries which where India can push our interest, or say India has interest. Apart from this, remaining all countries are very small and not a big relevance for India as such. So of this 28 countries, earlier 28 countries, UK was a very important entity where India was dealing with. So be it in terms of India's diaspora going to UK, or say Indians going to UK, or say be it investment to UK, or say investment from UK into India, trading with UK. So UK was a very important partner in European Union. Now that UK has exited the European Union, we have to have a separate dealings with UK separately. So earlier, in order to engage with entire European Union, we had to deal with only one entity, that is European Union. Now, if we have to deal with Europe as a continent, we have to deal with European Union and UK separately. So this is creating a hurdle. Fine. So right on here, impact of Brexit on India. So write down impact of Brexit on India. Write down here. UK is an important bilateral trade partner. UK is an important economic partner of India. UK is an important economic partner of India. Full stop. Due to Brexit, due to Brexit, due to Brexit, comma, India has to now, due to Brexit, India has to now renegotiate, renegotiate, renegotiate the economic ties, renegotiate the economic ties within bracket trade and investment agreements, renegotiate the economic ties, yeah, economic ties, yeah, economic ties within bracket trade and investment agreement, trade and investment agreement, comma, defense agreements, defense agreements, defense agreements, and immigration agreements, and immigration agreements, and immigration agreements. Full stop. This makes it a complex process. This makes it a complex process. Okay, so earlier, since British was a part of European Union, we just need to have one dialogue with European Union. so that we could engage with all the 28 countries. Say one dialogue, just one dialogue with respect to trade and investment, with respect to defense, and with respect to diaspora, or say with respect to the immigration. So now there are two entities in Europe now. So one is European Union and the other one is UK. So now we have to renegotiate everything. So this has become a challenge. This has become a challenge for India, UK, India, UK both. It's fine. So now let us see the evolution of a relation between India and UK. Yeah, this makes it complex. This makes it complex. This makes the relationship complex. Fine. So write down here. Evolution of India-Europe relationship. Evolution of India-Europe relationship. Evolution of India-Europe relationship. Evolution of India-Europe relationship. Okay, so before European Union, there was a concept called as a European Economic Community. So right on here, this is a precursor to European Union. So right on this. India maintained diplomatic relation. India initiated, okay, or so India started diplomatic relation with European Economic Community. India started diplomatic relation with European Economic Community in 1962. In 1962 to engage with the European countries, to engage with the European countries, to engage with the European countries, to engage with the European countries. Okay, right on here. Post 1991. Post 1991. Post 1991. The economic liberalization in India, the economic liberalization post 1991, so right on here, the economic liberalization in India, the economic liberalization in India increased the trade and investment, increased the trade and investment with European nations, increase the trade and investment with European nations, with European nations. Post 1991, the economic liberalization in India increased the trade. But however, if you see after 2000, so after 2000, our relation with European Union matured. So right down here, post 2000, post 2000. See here, after 1991, we had an economic liberalization. So Narasimha Rao government liberalized the Indian economy. So then we started engaging with European Union. But however, our most of our economic engagement was with Southeast Asia. But before 1991, we did not have major economic engagement with European Union because you remember in 1971, what did India do in 1971? What did India do in 1971? So we signed a treaty of friendship with Russia. So USSR. So USSR was against Europe. So is this clear? Europe was a partner of US, right? Europe was a partner of US. So since in 1971, India signed an agreement with USSR. We did not have a big economic relation with Europe as such. But however, in 1991, so on one side USSR collapsed, on the other side India also liberalized our economy. So as a reason, it became an opportunity. Also, we got an opportunity where we could start engaging with European Union. Okay, European countries as such. And then, but however, that was not a matured relation because India was more focusing on our Southeast Asia, this region. But it was after 2000, so we started engaging with the European Union. So in 2000, what happened? So right on here, post 2000. So post 2000, India had this first India EU summit. So this was the first India EU summit was conducted post 2000. So right on here, post 2000. So post 2000, right on the first point, like how we had, when was the first Africa India Africa summit forum summit was conducted? It was in 2008. So 2008. But however, India European summit was India EU summit was conducted in 2000 itself. So it was under Vajpayee. So right on here, 2000. First India EU summit, right on, first India EU summit was conducted in 2000 to increase, to, or say, to strengthen the bilateral, to strengthen the bilateral engagements. 2000 India EU summit, the first summit was conducted in 2000 to strengthen the bilateral relation between India and EU, between India and EU through a high level dialogues, through high level. What do you mean by high level? Top officials, that is prime minister's level, or say the president level or the minister's level, that is your high level. Through high level dialogues, high level dialogues between India and EU. Simple concept. So in 2000, we had India EU summit. So this summit aimed to strengthen the bilateral relation through high level dialogues. High level dialogues means the ministers level, president level, the prime minister level, high level dialogues. So earlier, we were not having a high level dialogues as such. We were not having a formal high level dialogues. So the first time India EU summit was conducted, and through in a formal mechanism, the high level dialogues was promoted to strengthen the bilateral relation. So then what happened was that in 2004, right on here, in 2004, in 2004. Okay. So, Sheikh, what is the problem? What is the problem? It's simple concept. So, Narasimha Rao, 1991, we were focusing on Southeast Asia. Okay? So, what happened in 1995? 1995, 1996, the Southeast Asia collapsed. And then Gujarat, what did Gujarat do? So, we focused on neighborhood. That is Pakistan, Afghanistan, etc. So Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, these are not economically developed countries. So we wanted to have economic engagement. So which is the economic engagement? Which is the country that has, or the nations that has good economic potential? Europe and US. So after 2000, what did we do? So just remember, what did Vajpayee do? So after 2000, he started engaging with the US. We started engaging with Europe also. So in 2000, for the first time, we had India European Union summit. So in this summit, we had, it was a comprehensive summit. So whenever we have summit, we don't discuss on only one topic. So when we have India Africa summit, we don't discuss on only one topic, say in terms of say oil trade, or say in terms of renewable. No, the reason why we conduct summit is that holistically we discuss every topic. So in multiple areas we discuss, say be it in terms of agriculture, be it in trade in agriculture, trade in vehicle, science and technology, space cooperation, etc. In multiple areas we discuss. So that's why it's called as a summit. So the first summit was conducted in 2000, that is India European summit in 2000. So again here it's a high level dialogue. High level dialogue means the ministers will speak. So if there's a normal bilateral engagement between India and Pakistan, say NSA of India would go and speak with the NSA of NSA is National Security Advisor. So National Security Advisor, or say secretaries of India will go and speak there, or say IFS officers will go and speak there. See, IFS officers, NSA, these are not high level meetings. high level meetings with minister level. So either your external affairs minister or your defense minister, finance minister, or prime minister, president. So these people, when they go and engage with the counterpart, their minister level, if they engage, so that is called as a high level meeting. So in 2000, a formal high level meeting was conducted through this India EU summit. Earlier, it was not there. For the first time, a high level, a formalized high level meeting was conducted in this in 2000, post 2000. That's your first India EU summit. So then European Union was a potential, had a huge potential for from India's perspective. So what did we do was, in 2004 we signed a strategic partnership agreement with European Union. So right on here, in 2004, in 2004 right on here, in 2004, India EU, the fifth India EU summit, fifth India EU summit, fifth India EU summit, in the fifth India EU summit, strategic partnership agreement was signed. Strategic partnership agreement was signed. Strategic partnership agreement was signed. So what do you mean by strategic partnership agreement? Simple concept. Probably I think we took it in first class or second class in the list of keywords. So we have the strategic partnership agreement, right? So what is the meaning of strategic partnership agreement? Simple concept. Strategic partnership agreement means having having relation with the region in multiple areas for a long term. So that is called as a strategic partnership agreement. Say with Russia, we have a strategic partner. Russia is our strategic partner. It means that we are engaging with Russia in multiple areas for a long duration. So that is called a strategic partner agreement. But whereas in with Israel is our defense partner. We don't call Israel as a strategic partner. It's a defense partner, because mainly with respect to defense we engage. But whereas with respect to Russia, strategic partner means we engage with Russia in multiple areas for a long duration. So that's called as a strategic partner. So when in 2004, India and EU signed this strategic partnership agreement, it means that India and European Union will engage in multiple areas for a long duration. So that is called as a strategic partnership. So we signed the strategic partnership agreement in 2004. Fine. Then what we did was, we started discussing the bilateral, right on here, next, right on, yeah, next one, right on, bilateral trade investment agreement. Bilateral trade investment agreement. Bilateral trade investment agreement. Trade and investment agreement. 2007, 2007, India EU, yeah, 2007, India and EU, 2007, India and EU started negotiating, started negotiating, started negotiating the bilateral, started negotiating the bilateral trade, bilateral trade and investment agreement. Bilateral trade and investment agreement, it is known as BTIA. BTIA, bilateral trade and investment agreement, BTIA. Full stop. However, 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 this agreement is still not yet finalized. However, this agreement is still not yet finalized. However, this agreement is still not yet finalized. Fine. So, what is this free trade? This bilateral trade and investment agreement is a free trade agreement. So, below this, within bracket, you write it is a free trade agreement. So, it's a free trade agreement. It is a free trade agreement, free trade FTA. It's a free trade agreement. So even today we haven't finalized this bilateral trade and investment agreement because there are hurdles from India side as well as from the European Union side. So European Union doesn't is not allowing. See, in which of the products India has a competitive edge. So in which are the products which India can produce at a cheaper cost and sell it. One is pharmaceutical products, next one is agriculture, and the next one we have a textile to some extent and chemicals. So European Union is not accepting our pharmaceutical products, stating that the quality is substandard. European Union is not accepting our agricultural products, stating that there is pesticide, there's a lot of pesticide residue in agricultural products. And again, textile, we are not a big competitor as of now, but okay. So we could easily export our agricultural products and pharmaceutical products where we have a competitive edge. But however, European Union is creating trade barriers on the basis of quality. So European Union is telling that our quality is poor, will not accept it. On the other side, European Union wants a free access to the motor vehicle, all the motor vehicle, your cars, luxury cars, and spirits is an alcohol. So UK, all this European Union, they have a competitive edge in manufacturing of motor vehicles and spirits in your alcohol. So they can produce motor vehicle and spirits at a cheaper cost. They want these motor vehicles and the spirits to be sold in India. India is not allowing for that. Say for example, if you consider yeah, if you consider your BMW, Audi, and all this European cars, so they are they have a lot of technology which is advanced technology. And if we do not impose tax on those cars, like say Audi, BMW, etc., it is going to affect Indian industry. So, say for example, if on Audi car there's a tax of over 100 percentage. So if the car is worth say 40 lakhs of Audi car, so the actual cost is only 20 lakh. 20 lakh goes as a tax. So if the same 20 lakh Audi car is being sold in India, who will purchase our cars? That who will purchase Maruti, Tata, your what are the other Mahindra, etc. These are our own cars. So who will purchase our own cars? Again, it's a challenge. And again, if we give a free trade to the spirits of Europe, European spirits, it's going to affect our spirit industry. If we give free access to the and European has a very good established dairy market, dairy is milk products, dairy market. And if we give a free access to the milk products, European Union can sell all the dairy products at a cheaper cost, where Indians cannot compete. So as a reason, it's going to affect us. So what India is doing is that we are imposing tax on the cars that comes from cars, or say vehicle cars, spirits and dairy product that comes from European Union into India to protect our industry. So what India is doing is absolutely right. So if we do not impose tax on this BMW, Audi, and all this European Union cars, European country cars, it's going to affect our industry. So as a reason, European Union doesn't want this one. So European Union wants a free access of Indian market to the European companies, that India is not willing to do. So because of that, we have still not finalized this bilateral trade agreement. Fine. So this is the issue. So right on here, India, European Union wants India to reduce duty. European Union, EU wants India to reduce duties, India to reduce import duties, import duties on. European Union wants India to reduce import duties on motor vehicle, motor vehicle, motor vehicle, spirits, spirits, and the last one is dairy products. Dairy products. Dairy products. Fine. Below this, write down, within brackets, you write down, India is not accepting the demands to protect Indian industry. India is not accepting. India is not accepting the demands. India is not accepting the demands in order to protect Indian industry. In order to protect Indian industry. So what India is doing is right or wrong? What do you think? What the government of India is doing is right or wrong? By imposing tax on the luxury goods like say cars, Audi, BMW, etc. Yes, it's doing right. If we do not tax all this Audi, BMWs, etc., what would happen is that our market would be flooded with these cars. And does Audi, BMW generate employment here? Who is the one who is generating employment here? It is the Marutis, the Tatas, the Mahindras. They are the ones who are generating employment over here, and we have to protect them because they are the ones who are generating employment here. And Audi, etc. If we allow a free pass to access India's market, then they will. It's going to compromise our. Yeah, it's going to compromise our industries. So that's the reason. So similarly, dairy products. So if we do not impose tax on European dairy products, then our farmers will get affected. So that's the reason. Okay. So next point, right on. European Union is imposing European Union is imposing non-tariff barrier. As European Union is imposing non-tariff barrier on India's first one is pharmaceutical products, pharmaceutical pharmaceutical products. Second is agri products, pharmaceutical products and agri products. Pharmaceutical products and agri products. Fine. So below this, write on, due to these challenges, non-tariff barrier in the sense on the basis of quality. Yeah. So differences, due to these differences, BTIA is not finalized. Due to these differences, BTIA, that is bilateral trade and investment agreement, is not finalized. Is not finalized. Due to these agreements, BTIA is not finalized. Fine. Okay. So next one, write down. So India and that is the India and European Union are also a good security partner. So write down here. Next one, write down, security cooperation. Security cooperation. Security cooperation. Yeah. Write down here. Both India and EU security cooperation. India and EU. India and EU have India and EU have joint military exercise since 2023. So since last year we are having joint military exercise also. Joint military exercise since 2023. Joint military exercise since 2023. Fine. Next one, India and the European Union are also closely coordinating and helping each other in the climate change mitigation. So write down next one, write down climate change mitigation efforts. 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 Both India and EU, both India and EU cooperate. Both India and EU cooperate in the climate change mitigation works. In the climate change mitigation works. In the climate change mitigation works. Example: International Solar Alliance. International International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance. Okay, International Solar Alliance, ISA. So these are the areas of cooperation that India and European Union has. But however, there are challenges between India and European Union. So what are those challenges? So right on here, the first challenge is challenges between India and European Union. EU, India and EU, India and Europe challenges. Challenges in India-EU relation. Challenges in India and EU relation. The first one, right on delayed trade negotiation. Delayed trade negotiation. Delayed trade negotiation. Delayed trade negotiation. Within bracket, you write BTIA. Delayed trade negotiation within bracket BTIA. BTIA is the bilateral trade investment agreement between India and European Union. Delayed trade negotiation within bracket, you write BTIA. Okay, next one is visa restrictions. Visa restrictions. Visa restrictions. Visa restrictions on Indians. Visa restrictions on Indians that affect the mobility. Visa restrictions on Indians that affect the mobility. That affect the mobility. That affect the mobility. BTIA is bilateral trade and investment agreement. Okay. Next one, right on. Next challenge is political and strategic differences. So under this, right on, political and strategic differences. Under this, right on. See, in the entire world, it is European Union is more civilized or say more democratic compared to the rest part of the world. Okay, so this well accepted notion that European Union is more democratic, and they are the ones who talk a lot about the human rights, privacy, etc. So privacy, etc. So occasionally, not occasionally, often the European Union or say the countries in Europe, they take up the issues of human rights violation in India. So this is creates a differences between India and European Union as such. Say if you consider if there is a farmer protest in India, if there is any violence in India, European Union raises their issue and they discuss about this topic in their parliament or say in their discourse, in their general discourse. So this is affecting India's stature in the global level. As a reason, this is causing a differences or say friction between India and European Union relation. Fine. Are you getting this concept? See whether it's right or wrong, whether whatever is happening in India, whether it's right or wrong, we are a sovereign country, we will do it. No? whatever is happening in Kashmir, or say whatever is happening in Manipur, or wherever it may be. So it is our issue. We will discuss it and we will resolve it. Why are you even bothered about this? So that is India's point of view. So again, because of this, it causes a differences between causes a friction between India and European Union. So if there is any internet shutdown in India, European Union starts discussing, stating that India doesn't have democracy, etc. There's no freedom of expression in India. ठीक है, this is our matter. Freedom of expression or whatever it is, we will see to it na. So Kashmir, by diluting Article 370, even Article 370 was also discussed in European Union. So this is our internal matter. We will discuss it. So that is India's stance. So why are you even bothered? Do we discuss what happens in European Union? No. Then why are you discussing our matter? And this is causing an embarrassment at the international level. So because of this, we are because of this, it causes a friction between India and European Union as such. Fine. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So ठीक है. Fine. World's oldest democracy is in Greece. ठीक है. It's fine. Yeah, that's true. That's true. See, whatever we tell now. So the quality of life and human life has a lot of value in Europe as such. So that we cannot discount that. So that is true. So all these things you have to write it in the paper, man. So what? See in the paper now. In even in your UPSC interview, or say in the paper, always to the government lines. Okay, ठीक है. So you can be a revolutionary apart from UPSC. Okay, but when you're preparing for UPSC, or say when you're writing UPSC answers, write whatever the government is telling. So you need not you will not get any arguments as such. So here, mm, okay, let us not be a revolutionary as such. ठीक है? It's not that the opposition is going to give us a parliamentary ticket or anything like that. So whatever the government, doesn't matter whether it is NDA or say the India Alliance, or whatever the government it might be in today or say tomorrow, whatever the government tells, so go with the same line. So what are the action of a, so since it's an IA, what are the whatever I'm telling, it's completely your action of as minister's point of view. So that is the thing. So whether it is right, whether it is wrong, it's a matter of debate, not in IR as such. Okay. So we can discuss in another subject like say philosophy or other subjects, not in IR. So in IR, what are the external affairs ministry is telling? So we have to write the same thing. So fine, yeah. And whatever you're telling, yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, so we cannot discount that. Europe has one of the best standard of living, and the culture also respects a lot of human rights as such. Right? It has a lot of respect towards human rights. So, ठीक है. So yeah, right on here. Human rights concern. So, right on here, often European Union dis- often criticizes the human rights violation in India. Often criticizes the often criticizes the human rights violation in India. Human rights violation in India, which creates a friction which creates a friction in the relationship, which creates a friction in the relationship. See, ऐसा है ना यार, see, assume that I am the one appointing you. Okay, correlate with UPSC as such. Think practically and think rationally. Think from human angle. Assume that I am the one appointing you to a constitutional position. ठीक है? So assume that I am appointing you to a constitution position. Tomorrow, someone else will come in front of you. They criticize me. You are sitting there because I have appointed you. ठीक है? And tomorrow someone is criticizing me in front of you. So what will be your opinion? Think on it. Whatever the perks you are getting, whatever the salary you are getting, it's because of me, because I appointed you there. And tomorrow someone is criticizing me in front of you. So what will you do? And you have all the powers to take any actions against them. So then what will you do? Okay, so compare this one with again, yeah, don't in this UPSC exam, no, don't have emotion or passion towards anything. Okay, be brutal towards marks. Even yeah, that's what. Even you, if you have to the government line in order to get the marks, so okay. Ultimately, you want a job, right? Ultimately, you want a job in government of India. So do whatever it takes to get the mark. That's it. Okay. And the next one, right on. India's relation with Russia. India's relation with Russia India's relation with Russia is creating a friction between India and EU. India's relation with Russia is creating a friction between India and EU. India and EU. Fine. Okay, so these are the broad challenges between India and Europe. Fine. Got it. Yeah. Okay. So now let us take the largest power, so the greatest power. So right down here, India-US relation. India-US relationship. India-US relationship. Okay. So, US dominates almost all the international institutions, be it UN, World Economic Forum, or say WTO, IMF, World Bank, etc. Almost all the international forums are managed or say controlled by USA. So now let us see what is the importance of euro. So why? So what is the importance of USA? So why USA is in the leadership position in the entire world? So what is the reason? So right down here, significance, that is geo-economic significance of USA. So geo-economic significance of USA, point wise, geo-economic significance of USA. The first one, right on, it is the largest economy in the world. So first one, right on, largest economy in the world. First point is largest economy. First point is largest economy in the world. Why USA? So why USA is in the leadership position? So now that's what we are analyzing. First one, right on, largest economy in the world. Next one, right on, um, largest largest financial hub. 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 Next one, right on. Third one is US dollars. US dollars. US dollars is the world's primary reserve currency. US dollars is the world's primary reserve currency. Primary reserve currency. Your majority of the international trade takes place through US dollars. Fine. Next one, right on. US as the largest US as the largest consumer market. One of the largest consumer market. US has the largest consumer market. Largest consumer market. Largest consumer market. Next one, right on. US corporations, or say US corporation, or say US companies, US corporations are the largest investors, are the largest FDI investors, are the largest FDI investors in the world. US corporations are the largest FDI investors in the world. FDI is foreign direct investment. Yeah, next one. And again, right on here. US is the leading agriculture producer. US is the leading. US is the leading agriculture producer. Agriculture producer. US is the leading agriculture producer. US is the leading agriculture producer. Okay, so in almost every economic sector, US is leading, be it in manufacturing sector, primary it's not that US doesn't have a lot of agriculture. US controls the wheat market, and your entire wheat and corn market and wheat market is controlled by US. So US is the largest producer, one of the largest producer of agriculture products, and be it in terms of investment, the largest investment across the world is from USA. So the biggest financial capital is in USA, New York Stock Exchange. So USA in itself is the biggest economy. So in every aspect, USA is the leading country. Okay, in terms of geoeconomics. So now let us see. Now let us see the geopolitical significance of USA. So right on here, geopolitical significance of USA. Geopolitical significance of USA. See here, in order to have rupee as a primary reserve currency, the world should start. See again, all these currencies. Think at a broader level. This currency, US dollars. Why US dollar is just a piece of paper, right? US dollar is a piece of paper, but it has value. The value, from where is it deriving its value? So US dollar is a piece of paper. If you consider, say, Indian rupee, if you consider, say, any of this, if you consider any Indian rupee, so it is just a piece of paper. You consider this is a piece of paper, but however US dollar is also a piece of paper. But where is this value that comes to this US dollar? Through the US government. US government, since it's most stable government, so the US dollars derives its value from US government, and so US the assets that US government has, the credibility that US government has. So if any country's currency has to become a primary reserve currency, then the government should be very stable, and all the people across the world should have credibility on the government. So then any country's currency can become a primary currency. So now currently, why you and I use Indian government, that is the Indian rupee? Because it is the RBI, or say the government. The RBI is nothing but considered to be a government itself. So RBI, because we have trust on RBI, we have trust on government of India, we have value to this piece of paper. So because of the trust that we have on government of India, or say we have on the RBI, We are valuing the piece of paper that is given by the union government or say the RBI. But US dollars, the entire world trusts the US government. So that's the reason. Fine. Okay. Yeah, right on here. Geopolitical. Yeah, geopolitical significance of USA. Yeah, in every Tamil lesson, in every aspect, US is superior here. In every aspect. Okay, in every economic aspect, US is superior. Okay, so right on here, geopolitical significance. So right on here, the first one is network of alliances. Network of alliances. Network of alliances. Network of alliances. Right on here, USA. USA has developed developed alliances with most of the country in the world. USA has developed alliances with most of the country most of the country in the world. Most of the country in the world, except 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 few except few Russian allies, except few Russian allies. So if you consider here, USA has developed. I think there should be a map, right? No. Yeah, here. So see here. So this is USA. So USA has developed networks across the world. So across the world, USA has developed the network, and USA has created alliances with almost all the countries in the world. So they have a good geopolitical contact. That is, they can pull strings across the world. So again, so that's one geopolitical significance. And the next one is leadership in global governance. Leadership in global governance. The next one is leadership in global governance. Leadership in global governance. Example, World Bank. Example, World Bank, IMF, etc. World Bank, IMF, etc. Next one, right? It's a global policy maker. Global policy maker. Global policy maker. Global policy maker. USA. See, because USA is economically powerful, militarily powerful, USA has all the rights to make or say, set an agenda for the global governance. So, as a reason, USA is the one that takes a lot of initiatives to make the global policies. So that's why USA is a global policymaker. Because USA is a global policymaker, it becomes geopolitically important. So right on here, global policymaker. USA sets the agenda for global policies. USA sets the agenda for global policies. Example, Paris Agreement. Example, Paris Agreement regarding climate change. Paris Agreement regarding climate change was was engineered by or say was engineered was designed by or say was designed by USA was designed by USA was designed by USA was designed by USA. Paris Climate Change Agreement, or say Paris Agreement on Climate Change, was designed by USA. Patan, yeah, was designed by USA. Fine. Yeah, next one, right on. Mediation. 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 Right on here, mediation. USA plays USA plays as a mediator. USA plays as a mediator. USA plays as a mediator in the international disputes. Example in Israel Palestine issue. USA plays as a mediator in the international disputes. In the international disputes. Example Israel Palestine issue. Israel Palestine issue. Fine. Okay. So these are the geopolitical significance. Next, let us see the geosecurity significance. Geosecurity significance. So what are the geosecurity significance? So right on here, geosecurity significance of USA. Geosecurity significance of USA. So first one, right on. Military superpower. USA is a military superpower. Yeah, military superpower. USA is a military superpower. USA has the powerful military. USA has the powerful military with nuclear triad facility. With nuclear triad. With nuclear triad facility. With nuclear triad facility. So what is this nuclear triad? Nuclear triad means ability of a country to launch a nuclear weapon via sea, via land, and via air. So that's a nuclear triad. So military, that is US has the largest military. It's a powerful military which has this nuclear triad facility. So right on here. So next one, right on. If you see the spending, see here. So the spending of USA for defense. So this is the defense spending of USA. So that whatever the amount of money that US is spending in 1 year for defense, that is equivalent to the money that is spent by China, Russia, India, Saudi, UK, Germany, France, South Korea, Japan, Ukraine. So it's almost 10 countries. So what are the amount of money that these 10 countries are spending on defense per year? US alone is spending on defense per year. So this is the differences. Fine. So below this, write down US has the largest defense spending in the world. US has the largest defense spending in the world. US has the largest defense spending in the world. US has the largest defense spending in the world. Yeah. So below, next point, right on. Yeah. Yeah, right on here. Next one, right on. USA has multiple security alliances. USA has multiple security alliances. USA has multiple security alliances. Security alliances. USA has multiple security alliances across the world. USA has multiple security alliances across the world. Example NATO. Example NATO. Example NATO. Multiple security alliances across the world. Example NATO. Example NATO. Example NATO. Okay, next one, right now. USA has the largest number of military bases across the world. USA has the largest number of military bases across the world. So you see all these red dots over here, right? So in this world map, you see all these red dots. So these are the places where USA has placed their military bases. So it virtually covers the entire world. So USA, so your entire world is controlled by USA. So USA has the largest military bases in the world. So USA has the largest number of military bases in the world. Largest number of military bases in the world. So it virtually controls everything, all the seas, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, in all the oceans, US is controlling. So, so fine. Okay, now let us see the India-US relationship. See, because of these features, India-US relationship, because of these features of USA, be it in terms of geoeconomics, geopolitical, or say geosecurity features, it automatically becomes a leader. See, if you have so much power with you, you have the biggest economy with you, you have the biggest military with you have everything with you, so then you will automatically try to rule, right? You will automatically try to control things. So that's what US is doing. So and as of now, there's no country that can challenge USA, but currently China is trying to challenge USA, but it's very very difficult as such. So should see, because China is not an democratic country, it's an authoritarian country. It will not get the amount of support that US has. So since US is a democratic country, US has a lot of support base, but however China is not a democratic country as such, so China will not get so much support as compared to USA. So challenging USA is quite difficult in the near future also. Fine. Okay, so chalo then let us study the India-USA relationship. So India-USA relationship. So right on here, evolution of India-USA relation. So earlier, evolution of India-USA relationship. So right down here, 1947, 1947 till 1960s, 1947 till 1960s, 1947 till 1960s. Okay, right on here. India established India established diplomatic relation. India established diplomatic relation with USA in 1947. India established diplomatic relation with USA in 1947. USA in 1947. Full stop. However, However, India maintained neutrality. However, India maintained neutrality as it was a part of NAM. However, India maintained neutrality as it was a part of NAM, as it was a part of NAM, as it was a part of NAM, as it was a part of NAM. Within bracket, right? Non-aligned moment, yeah, non-aligned moment, non-aligned moment. Okay. So we did not have a very good diplomatic or say economic relation with US as such during this period 1947 till 1960s. On the contrary, this Pakistan started engaging with USA, and USA started supporting Pakistan also. In the 1965 war, USA was supporting Pakistan, not completely, but however they were supporting Pakistan as such. So in this period, even though India maintained neutrality, this Pakistan moved towards USA. So this was the dynamics in 1960s. But however, during Indira Gandhi period, we did not have a good engagement or say a good relation with USA, because in 1971, so we signed in 1971 we signed the relation we signed India USSR Treaty of Friendship. So because of that, after 1971 till 19 right on here, next phase right on 1970s till 1985, 1970 till 1985, 1970s till 1985, 1970s till 1985, 1970s till 1985. So here, so right on this, so after 1971, India USSR Friendship Treaty. After 1971, India USSR Friendship Treaty. India USSR Friendship Treaty. India USSR Friendship Treaty. India USSR Friendship Treaty, comma, India USA relation got strained. India USA relation. India USA relation got strained. 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 Fine. So during Indira Gandhi period, we did not engage, we did not have a good relation with USSR. That doesn't mean that USA treated us as an enemy, or say we did not treat USA as an enemy. But however, the relationship got strained because see, there was no other there was no other option. On one side, USA is supporting Pakistan in this 1971 war. USA is supporting Pakistan. We had no option. We had to engage with USSR. When we engaged with USSR, USA got irked, and our relation between India and USA got strained. But however, it was during Rajiv Gandhi period. So right on here, it was during Rajiv Gandhi period. So right on here, post 1985, post 1985. So right on here, post 1985, right on here, post 1995, during Rajiv Gandhi era, during post 1985, during Rajiv Gandhi period, post 1995, during Rajiv Gandhi period, during Rajiv Gandhi period, India liberalized during Rajiv Gandhi period. India liberalized. India liberalized its economy. India liberalized its economy. India liberalized its economy and started. India liberalized its economy and started economic and technological cooperation, and started economic and started economic and technological cooperation. Technological cooperation. Technological cooperation with USA. So it was during Rajiv Gandhi period. Again, we started having a good engagement with USA. Fine. Okay. So now let us see. Okay. So now let us see the I'm dictating very slow, yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, Gunjan. Okay. Okay. So now let us see. During Rajiv Gandhi period, we started liberalization. But however, it was during Manmohan Singh Narasimha Rao's period, that is 1991. USSR, that is Cold War ended, and USSR got disintegrated. We had only USA. So after this, we did not align ourselves with USA completely. So then what happened? We started moving towards Southeast Asia. So right on here, post 1991, post 1991, post 1991. So right on here, with the end of Cold War, with the end of Cold War, post 1991. So below this, right on, with the end of Cold War, with the end of Cold War, India started. With the end of Cold War, India India started its diplomatic relationship with USA. India started its economic ties. India started strengthening its economic ties. India started strengthening its economic ties. India started strengthening its economic ties with USA. With USA. Right on here. However, however, post Pokhran, post Pokhran nuclear test, 1998, USA imposed post Pokhran nuclear test 1998. USA imposed economic sanctions. USA imposed economic sanction on India. See, from 1991 till 1998, there was no close relation as such. We were building relation with USA. So from after USSR disintegration of USSR in 1981, from 1991 till 1998, we were building relation. We were strengthening the relation between India and USA. But our main focus was on Southeast Asia. Okay? So, but however, what happened during Vajpayee's regime? So, 1998 Vajpayee regime, we conducted a Pokhran test, nuclear test. So then, what happened due to this nuclear test? USA imposed economic sanction. So, USA imposed complete economic sanction on India from in 1998. So, but however, so again in 2000. So, from 1998 till 2000, USA had imposed economic sanction. So, right on here, post 2000. Post 2000, right on here, post 2000, post 2000. Okay, post 2000, right on, post 2000. So below this, right on, president Clinton's visit, president president Clinton's visit, president Clinton's visit, president Clinton's visit stopped the economic sanction, or say revoked the US economic sanction on India. President Clinton's visit to India revoked revoked the economic sanction revoked the economic sanction revoke the economic sanction on India. revoke the economic sanction of India on India. Fine, fine. Okay. So right on here, post 2000. Next one, right on. Areas of cooperation. Areas of cooperation. Areas of cooperation. One is areas of cooperation. First one is trade, 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 defense, trade, defense, and the next one is technology. Trade, defense, and 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 technology. Fine. Okay. So, what happened after 2000? Things got changed from 2000 onwards. After Clinton's visit to India, we are in a positive trajectory. That is, India and USA are getting closer year by year. So, as we are moving ahead, both India and USA are taking steps to move closer, and there's a lot of joint cooperation collaboration in various sectors. Fine. So next one, right on India USA. Yeah, India USA nuclear deal. India USA nuclear deal. To the India USA nuclear deal. India USA nuclear deal. Okay. After this, we'll take a break, or you want a break now? Fine. We'll take a break now. After this. Okay. ठीक है. After this. Yeah, no, no, it's a simple concept here. There's no much complication over here. India US new nuclear deal, no complication over here. So ठीक है. We'll finish it by 8:45. Sorry, by 6:45. I'll give you a break. Okay, 6:45. I'll give you a break. ठीक है. Okay, after this, yes. See, the concept is simple. India US nuclear deal. So this nuclear, all the nuclear material and nuclear technology, everything regarding nuclear in the world is closely monitored by something called as nuclear supplier group. Okay, energy. So nuclear supplier group monitors everything regarding nuclear, be it nuclear materials, nuclear technology, etc. But India is not a member of this NSG. ठीक है? So whenever India applies for its membership, China vetoes us. So China is not allowing India to become a member of NSG. So as a reason, it has become very difficult for India to acquire the nuclear material, because in 1998 we became a nuclear power. After Pokhran test, we became a nuclear power in 1998. So after that, we were not getting adequate nuclear material, because all the nuclear all the nuclear nuclear material are closely monitored by this energy group. India was not a member of this energy group. So as a reason, what we did was, that is India started discussing with USA, so that if USA gives the permission, we need not require NSG's we need not require NSG's permission, because USA, see, virtually USA is kind of superior to all the international institutions. NSG is also one international institution. So where there are some 51 of it's 51 members are there. So there are 51 members. NSG is also an international institution where 51 countries are there. So this in this 51 countries, yeah, China is not allowing India to be a part of NSG. So as a reason, what we did, we went and asked USA to support us. So what USA did was, USA told this energy group that that assured this energy group that India will not misuse the nuclear material, and all the countries can trade with India with all the countries can trade with India regarding the nuclear material. After this assurance that has come from USA, all the countries started trading with India with the nuclear material. So before US assurance, countries were hesitating to trade the nuclear material with India because India was not a member of NSG. And India, when India tried to become a member of NSG, China was vetoing us. So the only available opportunity, only available option was that we will go and discuss with US, and if US supports us, it is considered that all the international organization has supported us. So this is the concept of India US nuclear deal. Fine. Okay, so right down here, India US nuclear deal. What is the benefit? We are getting the nuclear supplies now. What's the benefit for USA? USA has a very trusted partner now. So in Indian Ocean region, India will become a close friend of USA, right? So right on here, India US nuclear deal. Simple concept. So right on here, India is not a member of NSG. NSG is Nuclear Supplier Group. India is not a member of NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group. India is not a member of NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group. Full stop. Right on. In order to access nuclear materials freely, in order to freely access nuclear material, in order to access the nuclear material freely, or say in order to freely access the nuclear material, a country should be a member of your NSG. A country should be a member of NSG. A country should be a member of NSG. A country should be a member of NSG. Full stop. Country should be a member of NSG. Full stop. Full stop. Country should be a member of NSG. Yeah, below this right on. As a reason, as a reason, India was facing difficulty. As a reason, India was facing difficulty in accessing nuclear material. India was facing difficulty in accessing nuclear material. Right on here. Below this right on. Through India-US nuclear deal, through India-US nuclear deal, through India-US nuclear deal, India-US nuclear deal, through India-US nuclear deal, US agreed to cooperate with India. US agreed. US agreed to cooperate. US agreed to cooperate. To cooperate. US agreed to cooperate with India. With India in the development of India's nuclear program. In the development of India's nuclear program. Full stop. Full stop. Due to this deal, due to this deal, due to this deal, India now gets nuclear supplies easily. Due to this deal, India now gets nuclear supplies easily. Nuclear supplies easily. Nuclear supplies easily. Fine. Okay, so chalo then. It's 6:45. So we'll come back at 6:55. Yeah, today we might extend the class by say 10-15 minutes. Fine. Okay. Shubham, one day you please cooperate, man. So today is the last class. So we also might extend the class also, say by 10-15 minutes. Okay? So please come by 6:55. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so let us start with the next engagement. So this was your India US nuclear deal. Now let us see the defense engagements between India and USA. So right down here, the next one is defense engagements. Defense engagement. Defense engagements. Defense engagements. So right down here, defense engagements. So first one. Right down defense engagements. Okay. See, with USA, after this India-US nuclear deal, even in the defense area, we have started, or say, we have started increasing the increasing the relationship in various level. So one is we are importing the defense equipment from US, and the next is we are jointly researching on defense equipment, and the third one is we are jointly collaborating in the manufacturing of defense equipment. So in these three dimensions, we have initiated the defense engagement. So write down here, a defense engagement. The first one you write down, defense engagement. First point write down, India is the US is one of the largest exporter of US is one of the largest exporter of defense equipments to India. US is the one of the largest exporter, but however, the largest exporter is Russia, but the next largest is US. US is one of the largest exporter of defense equipments to India. US is the largest. US is the largest exporter of defense equipments to India. Next one, right now. India and US indulges in joint research in defense equipment. Joint research in defense equipment. Joint research in defense equipment. Next one is joint collaboration in manufacturing of defense equipment. Joint collaboration in manufacturing of defense equipment. Joint collaboration in the manufacturing of defense equipment. Joint collaboration in the manufacturing of defense equipment. Fine. So write down here. India and US conducts India and US conducts multiple joint military exercise. India and US conducts multiple joint military exercise. Multiple joint military exercise. Example, Malabar. Example, exercise Malabar. Malabar exercise. Malabar exercise. Malabar exercise. Malabar exercise. It's a joint military exercise between India and US. Okay, so below this, write down, India and US has multiple defense agreements. India and US has multiple defense agreements. India and USA has multiple defense agreements. The first one is Lemova. You just write Lemova. So even in the exam it is Lemova. Lemova 2016. Lemova 2016. Where India and US agreed to use each other's military base. Where India and US agreed to use each other's military base. each other's military base. See here, so in this 2016 agreement, Lemova agreement, US can now use India's military base if they have any operation in the Indian Ocean region. US can use India's military base. Similarly, India can use any of the US military base. So this Lemova agreement brought India and US very closer, so much closer that we can use a US military base also now. US has a lot of military base across the world. Now India can use those military base under this agreement. Similarly, US can also use India's military base. So this Lemova agreement. So next one, write down Comcasa agreement. Comcasa, Comcasa 20, Comcasa agreement 2018. Comcasa agreement 2018. Comcast agreement 2018. So here I know it helped Comcast agreement 2018. So write down under this agreement, under this agreement, USA under this agreement, USA USA is USA will export advanced technology to India. USA will export advanced military technology to India, advanced military technology to India, and facilitate advanced military technology to India, and facilitate interoperability, and facilitate interoperability, and facilitate interoperability, interoperability. Fine. Okay, so next one, write down BECA, BECA, BECA 2020, BECA, BECA 2020. Write down here, BECA 2020. So below this, write down sharing of sharing of sharing of advanced military technology, logistics, and geospatial mapping. Sharing of military technology, logistics, and geospatial mapping, and geospatial mapping, geospatial mapping. Fine. Geospatial mapping. So next one, write down. Yeah. Yeah. Am I? Yeah, fine. Yeah, it's just sorry. Yes, yeah. Okay, so these are the defense agreements that we had with USA. Now, audible, right? Voice are clear, right? Okay. Okay. So write down here. Next one, write down strategic partnership, strategic partnership, strategic partnership between India and USA. Strategic partnership between India and USA. Strategic engagements. Strategic partnership between India and USA. So first one, write down India supports strategic partnership. The USA supports India. USA supports India for permanent member seat in UN. USA supports India for the permanent member seat in UN. Okay, so next one, right on. 2 plus 2 ministerial dialogue. 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 So write down here. So what is this 2 plus 2 ministerial dialogue? So it's a diplomatic engagement, or a diplomatic forum where the minister, that is your defense minister and external affairs minister, so they engage with their counterpart of US. So write down here. It is a forum. It's a diplomatic summit. 2 plus 2 ministerial dialogue. So write down here. It's a diplomatic summit. Diplomatic summit between the foreign minister and defense minister, between the foreign minister and defense minister, between the foreign minister and defense minister of both the countries, between the foreign minister and defense minister of both the countries, in order to in order to promote defense, in order to promote defense cooperation, in order to promote defense cooperation mechanisms, in order to promote defense cooperation mechanisms between India and US, in order to promote defense cooperation mechanisms between India and US, between India and US. Fine. Okay. So write down here. USA supports India. USA supports India against the rising China. USA supports India against the rising China in the international platforms, in the international forums, in the international forums, in the international forums. Right? Okay, so now let us take up the challenges between India and USA. So what are the challenges? So write down here. First challenges: India Russia relationship, India Russia relation, India Russia relation affects India Russia relation, causes or creates friction between India and US. India Russia relation creates friction between India and US. Fine. So next one, right on. Visa. So we know that Russia and US are rival countries. India is a very close ally of Russia. When India engages with Russia, so this creates an issue between India and Russia. So next point, right on. India Iran relation, India Iran relation, India Iran relation, India Iran relation also causes a strain in India US relation, also causes strain in India US relations, also causes a strain on India US relation, because Iran and US are also a kind of rival countries. So if India engages with Iran, it irks USA. So next one, right on. Next one, right on. Visa issues, visa issues for Indians. US visa issues for Indians. Right on here. The strict visa policy of US, the strict visa policy of US affects Indian workers, affects Indian workers to work in USA, affects Indian workers to work in USA, affects Indian workers to work in USA. Fine. Okay, so these are the broad challenges that we have between India and US. Fine. So now we'll take up India and Russia relation. So the last great power, so that is there, that is India and Russia relation. So India and Russia, we are a close ties since independence only. So if you consider, if you read your modern history before independence, the freedom movement was slightly influenced by the Russian Revolution. Also, the Russian Revolution also influenced India's freedom movement. And again, after India's independence, though in Nehru's period we maintained neutrality, we had a diplomatic relation with Russia. But however, during Indira Gandhi period, that is since Indira Gandhi period, we are having a good relationship with Russia. Even during Modi's period also, we current regime, we are having a good relation with Russia. Fine. So right on here. Yeah. So right on here, India-Russia relationship. Okay, so I'll give you a broad idea about Russia. So how US is also a powerful entity. Russia is also a powerful entity. US is economically power, militarily also it is power. But whereas your Russia, it is not an economic might as such. But however, Russia is a military power. So and if you have a PSI or optional, you note this equation. But however, in general also you can know that is the equation is your military, that is economy. So the lowest one is economy. Yeah, the lowest one is economy, and the next one is polity, and the ultimate one is military. Yeah, economic power, political power, military power. So the lowest power is your economic power, and the next power is your political power, and the ultimate power is your military power. So if you consider economic power, so a rich businessman will have economic power, but however, it is a politician will have better more power. Say for example, if you consider any MLA or MP will have more power than your local businessman, right? Businessman will have your, say in your own local area, there would be businessman or some economically wealthy person would be there. So they will have economical power, but however, the political power will be more superior than the economic power. But the ultimate power is lies with your military. So military is the ultimate power. So Russia is a military power. US is both military and economic power. Russia is a military power. So that's the reason why Russia is considered as a great power. Fine. So Russia has a lot of influence across the world because of the military power. Fine. That's the main reason. And the second reason why Russia is important is that Russia controls the international gas market. The natural gas is there, right? So your West Asia controls the oil market, crude oil. Russia kind of controls the gas market, international gas market. So right on here, geopolitical significance of Russia. Geopolitical significance of Russia. Geopolitical significance of Russia. Right on here, Russia is a permanent member in UNSC. First one is Russia is a permanent member. Russia Russia is a permanent member. Russia is a permanent member in UNSC. UNSC, permanent member in UNSC, which controls the global governance. Which controls a global governance. See here, USA is the one which initiates and which takes action in the global governance. But however, Russia has the veto power. So since Russia has the veto power, it can control the global governance. Fine. In United Nations, Russia can control the functioning of United Nations because Russia has the veto power. And the next one, right now, Russia Russia has Russia due to its large geographical region. Russia due to its large geographical region. Russia, due to its large geographical size, or say large geographical size, it influences Russia due to its large geographical size. It influences Europe and Asia. It influences Europe. If you see here, this is Russia. It connects Europe. It connects your entire Asia. So Russia, because of its geographical size, it influences Europe and Asia. Fine. Okay. So next one. Yeah, the next one right on. Yeah, next one right on. Russia's coastline in the Arctic. Russia's coastline in the Arctic. Russia's coastline in the Arctic Ocean. See, majority of the Arctic Ocean coastline is with Russia. If you see here, this part. So this is your Arctic Ocean. So this entire region. So this entire region, this is Arctic Ocean. Almost majority of the Arctic Ocean is controlled by Russia. So right on here, Russia has the longest coastline in Arctic Ocean, longest longest coastline in the Arctic Ocean, controlling controlling the Arctic Ocean, controlling the Arctic Ocean's navigation, controlling the Arctic Ocean navigation, controlling the Arctic Ocean navigation. Fine. So next one, right on. Geostrategic significance of Russia. Geostrategic significance of Russia. Geostrategic significance of Russia. Russia, right on here. Russia is a nuclear power. Russia is a nuclear power. Russia is a nuclear power with nuclear triad facility. Russia is a nuclear power with nuclear triad facility. Russia is a nuclear power with nuclear triad facility. With nuclear triad facility. Nuclear power with nuclear triad facility. Fine. Next one, right on. Russia has presence in Black Sea. Russia has presence in Black Sea. Yeah. Russia has presence in Black Sea. So this is your Black Sea. Russia has presence in Black Sea and Baltic Sea. Russia has presence in Black Sea and Baltic Sea. Russia has presence in Black Sea and Baltic Sea. As a reason, it as a reason as a reason it has increased its influence in Atlantic Ocean. As a reason, it has increased its influence in Atlantic Ocean. As a reason, it has increased in its influence in Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Next one, Radha. Energy hegemony. Energy hegemony. Right on here, energy hegemony. Russia is the leading producer. Russia is the leading producer in oil and natural gas. So it's mainly natural gas, but it also produces oil. Russia is the leading producer in oil and natural gas. in oil and natural gas. Full stop. Within bracket you write, within bracket you write, Eastern Europe, within bracket you write, Eastern Europe, Eastern Europe mainly depends on Russia, mainly depends on Russia for its energy security. Eastern Europe mainly depends on Russia for its energy security. Mainly depends on Russia for its energy security. Okay. Okay, so it's something like this. Russia, through its military weapons, through its energy, it's controlling the entire world. In the sense, it is asserting its influence in the entire world. So even though your Europe is an partner of USA, but the Eastern Europe's complete energy security is controlled by Russia. So that's the reason why the current ongoing Ukraine war, Europe is not creating a lot of noise. It's only the US and the Western Europe, say be it UK, etc. So they are the ones who are creating a lot of noise against Russia. The Eastern European countries, they are not even uttering any word against Russia because their entire energy security is controlled by their entire energy security is controlled by, yeah, yeah, its entire energy security is controlled by USA. So the Eastern Europe, most of the gas that the Eastern Europe uses comes from Russia, and the crude oil, most of the crude oil that Eastern Europe uses comes from Russia. And also Russia is a triad, has a nuclear triad facility. So the countries around Russia are scared because it can use nuclear weapon. So because of that, it has a geostrategic significance in the region. That is, Russia maintains a geostrategic significance. So now let us take up an issue in order to understand the current, yeah, right on here, geoeconomic significance of Russia. Geoeconomic significance of Russia. See, geoeconomic significance of Russia is very, very minimal, very, very minimal, because Russia as an economy is not a big power as such. So Russia's economy size is smaller than Indian economy size. But however, Russia, since Russia holds the key products, that is military and energy, Russia becomes powerful. But as such, the Russian economy size is smaller than India. So, geoeconomic significance of Russia is very little, that you have to write it down. So, write down here, geoeconomic significance of Russia. Russian economy size, Russian economy size is much smaller than India's economy size. Russian economy size is much smaller than Indian economy size. Indian economy size. Russia, next point, right on. Russia has limited economic influence in the world. Russia has limited economic influence in the world. Russia has limited economic influence in the world. Limited economic influence in the world. However, it controls, it controls defense technologies. However, it controls defense technologies and energy production in the world. Defense technologies and energy production in the world. And energy production in the world. Energy production in the world. Okay, fine. Yeah. So now let us, in order to understand the current dynamics, that is Russia-Ukraine war, we need to understand what happened in 2014. So in 2014, if you please see here, in 2014, what happened? Just I'll later on you can write it down. In 2014, see here. So now, in order to understand this Ukraine crisis, you require this concept. So this is Ukraine, okay? So this is your Europe. This is Western Europe. This is Eastern Europe. And again, here there is something called as a NATO. What is this NATO? NATO is a military organization of the West where the leader is USA. NATO is a military organization of the West where the leader is seen as USA. Okay? So your Western Europe and Eastern Europe are kind of a member, or your complete your Western Europe and most of the Eastern European countries are a member of NATO. So if any country is a member of NATO, it means that it is an ally of US. Say for example, if India becomes a member of NATO, India will automatically be treated as an ally of US. And US and Russia, there is a rivalry between US and Russia. Okay? So this Ukraine, see here, please see here, this Ukraine was trying to become a member of Russia, so member of NATO. Ukraine was trying to become a member of NATO over here. So if Ukraine becomes a member of NATO, then what would happen? Russia could set up their military base in Ukraine. If Ukraine becomes a member of NATO, US can set up a military base in Ukraine. So as a reason, what would happen? Russia, US army will be very close to Russia. This is a threat to Russia. So Ukraine, since long time, Ukraine is telling that they would be joining NATO. If they join NATO, USA can set up their military base in Ukraine. So if they set up their military base in Ukraine, it is a threat to Russia. So as a reason, what Russia does is that whenever there's a huge demand for joining NATO by Ukraine, Russia attacks Ukraine and captures some of its territory. So currently, what's happening is the same thing. So the same thing, the similar situation arose in 2014. So then what happened? See here, now everyone please on the board. So that is this is your Crimea. So this region, this orange marked region was a Crimea. So it is a Crimean Peninsula. So Crimean Peninsula was a part of Ukraine earlier, before 2014. Crimean Peninsula was a part of Ukraine. But what Russia did, Russia acquired this territory, saying that Crimea has more number of Russian speaking people, and the Ukraine government is not taking care of this Russian speaking people. So Russia came and captured Ukraine. Russia conducted a referendum. In this referendum, in the voting, so Russia conducted one referendum or say voting, where as per the referendum result, majority of this Crimean people wanted to join into Russia. So then what Russia did? Russia annexed this Crimean Peninsula. So this was your 2014 Crimean crisis. So write down here 2014 Crimean crisis. Understood the concept 2014 Crimean crisis? Okay, see here, simple concept here. So Russia doesn't want US to be its neighbor. So I'll repeat it. Russia doesn't want US to be its neighbor. ठीक है, Russia doesn't want US to come near it. So US and Russia are a rival since 1945 after World War One. So this Ukraine, which is a neighbor of Russia, they are moving towards US. So and then Ukraine wanted to be a part of NATO. NATO is a military alliance. Please see here, NATO is a military alliance. NATO is a military alliance. So if India becomes a part of NATO, India would be treated as a close ally of US, and US can you come into India and establish their military base. So that is a provision of NATO. If Ukraine becomes a part of NATO, if Ukraine takes the membership of NATO, USA can come and establish their base in Ukraine. So if USA comes and establishes their base, military base in Ukraine, it is a threat to USA. It is a threat to Russia. So what Russia did was, whenever there's a huge demand of NATO membership in Ukraine, Russia indulges some war against Ukraine in order to control the demand. So what happened in 2014 was that in 2014 Crimea, in 2014 what happened was that, so this part of the orange one is known as Crimean Peninsula. So this Crimea region was a part of Ukraine. So in 2014, Ukraine was telling that I will go and join NATO. So what Russia did, so in 2014, one part of Ukraine is Crimea, and the Ukraine government was telling that I will go and join NATO. So what Russia did, Russia annexed this part, telling that. So what is the reason Russia told? Again, whether it's frivolous or not, India has not gone against Russia. Did India support this? No. Did India raise voice against Russia? No. So is it a genuine thing? Matlab, what Russia did, annexing Crimea, was it a right thing? So India had no comments on this one. So what Russia did, Russia annexed one part of Ukraine, telling that this part of Ukraine, which is Crimea, this has majority Russian speaking people. So Russia told that Ukraine government is not taking care of the Russian speaking people, so we will take care of this Russian speaking people. So that was your Crimean Peninsula crisis. ठीक है? Simple concept. Okay. So write down here, 2014 Crimean crisis. 2014 Crimean crisis. Understood? Crimean crisis. Write down here. In 20, write down here, a Crimean Peninsula has large Russian speaking population. Crimean Peninsula has large Russian speaking population. Russian speaking population. Full stop. In 2014, in 2014 February, in 2014 February, in 2014 February, there was a political unrest in Crimea. Again, it was manufactured, it was engineered by Russia only. So there was a political unrest in Crimea. There was a political unrest in Crimea against Ukraine government. There was a political unrest in Crimea against Ukraine government. Against Ukraine government. Fine. Russia, next line right now. Russia used military force. Russia used military force to occupy Crimea. Russia used military force to occupy Crimea. Occupy Crimea. Full stop. Full stop. Next point, right? Russia conducted a referendum. Russia conducted referendum. Russia conducted a referendum. A referendum in Crimea. Russia conducted referendum in Crimea where majority voted in favor of Russia. Where majority voted in favor of Russia. Where majority voted in favor of Russia. Majority voted in favor of Russia. Full stop. Then Crimea was considered as Russian territory. Then Crimea or sorry, then Russia officially annexed Crimea. Then Russia officially annexed Crimea. Russia officially annexed Russia officially annexed Crimea in 2014. Russia officially annexed Crimea in 2014. In 2014. Okay. So right on here, Ukraine war, Russia-Ukraine war. Russia-Ukraine war. Russia-Ukraine war. Right on. In 2021, Russia-Ukraine war. In 2021, Ukraine wanted to join NATO. In 2021, Ukraine wanted to join NATO. Ukraine wanted to join NATO. Wanted to join NATO. In 2022, Russia launched full-scale invasion, full-scale war. Russia launched a full-scale war. Russia launched a full-scale war on Ukraine. Russia launched a full-scale war on Ukraine and annexed and annexed and annexed large territory of Ukraine, of eastern Ukraine, and annexed large territory of eastern Ukraine. Annexed large territory of eastern Ukraine. Below this, write down. The war is still ongoing. 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 So next point, write down. In both the above cases, in both the above cases, in both the above cases, India did not, or say India maintained neutrality. In both the above cases, India maintained neutrality and did not criticize Russia. In both the above cases, India maintained neutrality and did not criticize Russia. India maintained neutrality and did not criticize Russia. And did not criticize Russia. Fine. So this was the ongoing war. Okay, now write down India evolution of India-Russia relationship. Evolution of India-Russia relationship. Evolution of India-Russia relationship. So write down. So write down this first point. So evolution of India-Russia relationship. So write down here. India's freedom movement was also influenced by Russian Revolution. India's freedom movement. India's freedom movement was also influenced by Russian Revolution. Was also influenced by Russian Revolution. Was also influenced by Russian Revolution. Next one, right on. Post 1947. Post 1947. India maintained. Post 1947. India India maintained diplomatic relation with Russia. India maintained diplomatic relation with USSR. India maintained diplomatic relation with USSR. Maintained diplomatic relation with USSR. Diplomatic relation with USSR. But however, it was neutral. But however, it was neutral. Neutral during during Nehru period, during Nehru period. So next one, right on post 1971, post 1971, post 1971, post 1971. India USSR signed Treaty of Friendship. India USSR signed Treaty of Friendship. India USSR signed Treaty of Friendship. Treaty of Friendship, which strengthened Treaty of Friendship in 1971. Treaty of Friendship in 1971, which strengthened, which strengthened India-Russia relation, which strengthened India-Russia relations, which strengthened India-Russia relation. Fine. So next one, right on. However, USSR, USSR got disintegrated in 1991. However, USSR got disintegrated in 1991. However, USSR got disintegrated in 1991. So then what happened? So I'll explain here. Before independence, India had, that is Indian freedom movement was also influenced by the Russian Revolution, and the Indian the freedom fighters, the ideology of socialism, etc. This, the origin is from Russia. So Nehru's socialism ideology, or say all the freedom fighters socialism ideology, is originated from Russia. So during freedom time we had a relation with Russia, but however after freedom, after India's independence 1947, during Nehru period, we had diplomatic ties, but however we maintained neutrality. We had diplomatic ties, we maintained neutrality, but however during Indira Gandhi's period, we signed, that is India signed the treaty of friendship with USSR, because on the other side Pakistan became an ally of USA. So we had to become an ally of USSR, not ally as such, but however we tried to engage with USSR. So as a reason, we signed a treaty of friendship with USSR in 1971. Then our ties got strengthened. So be it in terms of defense or be it in terms of economic engagements, our ties got strengthened. But however, in 1991, USSR got disintegrated. So then what happened to this 1971? We signed a treaty, right? Treaty of Friendship was signed in 1971. Then what happened to this treaty? USSR is gone now. So then what we did was, in 1993, we signed treaty with Russia. So in USSR got disintegrated in 1991, and this USSR became Russia, right? So this USSR became Russia. So in 1993, we signed the same treaty with Russia again. The earlier treaty, the 1971 treaty, was with USSR. Now USSR is gone. 1991, USSR is gone. So now we had to initiate a new treaty with Russia. So right down here, Treaty of India-Russia Friendship and Cooperation. Treaty of India-Russia Friendship and Cooperation was signed in 1993. Treaty of India-Russia Friendship and Cooperation was signed in 1993 in order to in order to strengthen India-Russia ties. 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 So then, please see here. So this happened in 1993. We started engaging. See, since Indira Gandhi period, we are a close ally. Okay? But however, your President Putin. So President Putin became Russian president in 2000. So President Putin is in favor of India only, always since 2000, when still from when he is president, is very much pro India. So he became president in 2000. So then we elevated our friendship. So earlier it was just a friendship treaty. So with President Putin, we elevated our friendship treaty to strategic partnership. So in 2000, so right on here, so post 2000, so post 2000, post 2000, so write down post 2000. Next, under this write down, in 2000, in 2000, India Russia signed, in 2000, India and Russia signed special strategic, it is a special strategic partnership agreement. It is a special, India Russia signed special strategic partnership agreement. Special strategic partnership agreement. Special strategic partnership agreement. Okay, I'll repeat it. So Nilanjana Gunjan, see here, I'll repeat it. See here, concept simple. Hai. From Indira Gandhi period, we are having a close ties. Indira Gandhi signed the Treaty of Friendship with USSR. Okay? So after this Treaty of Friendship, we are having ties in terms of defense, in terms of economic cooperation. We are having good ties. But however, in 1991, Cold War ended. USSR got disintegrated. USSR got disintegrated. That's the reason Cold War ended. So the agreement that was signed by Indira Gandhi was with USSR. Now USSR is no more there. So then what happened in 1993? We signed another agreement, another friendship agreement with Russia. So after 1991, Russia came into place. So in 1993, we signed another agreement with Russia, that is another friendship treaty with Russia. But however, in 2000, President Putin became the president. That is, Putin became the president. So Putin and again India and Putin are very close. Putin is also very much aligned towards India's ideology. So he is very much in favor of India. So in 2000, what India and Russia did was we elevated our friendship treaty. So we increased our friendship treaty to strategic partnership agreement, and this strategic partnership agreement was called a special strategic partnership agreement. With no country we have special strategic partnership agreement. It's only with Russia we have special strategic partnership agreement. With all the countries or with all the regions we have only strategic partnership agreement. With Russia, this agreement is known as special partnership, special strategic partnership agreement. Fine. Okay. So write down here special strategic partnership agreement that deals with deals with defense, defense, energy and trade. That deals with defense, that deals with defense, defense, energy, energy and trade. That deals with defense, energy and trade. Fine. So after this special partnership agreement, special strategic partnership agreement, we have become much more closer. So in a sense, we have started joint manufacturing of defense equipment. Russia is giving us the nuclear technology. Russia is providing us with the defense equipment. So it has elevated our relationship. Now let us see the relevance of Russia's, that is Russia's importance to India. So why Russia is important to India? First one, write down geopolitical importance. Geopolitical importance. First one is geopolitical importance. Geopolitical importance. Geopolitical importance. So right on here, see, Russia is a permanent member in UNSC. Whenever India faces any trouble, right, it is always Russia that has vetoed us. If China or Pakistan or any country that goes against India's interest in United Nations, It is always Russia who vetoes that. Many times US also has not vetoed or say not supported India, but however always Russia has supported in India in every matters. So in every matter Russia has supported India. So that's the reason why India has not criticized Russia for the Crimean annexation and the current Russia Ukraine war. India has not criticized Russia at all, because Russia is our trusted partner since 1971. Russia is a close ally. So Russia has been supporting us in the international forum. So right on here, geopolitical importance. So right on here, geopolitical importance. First one right on. Russia. Russia is a permanent member in UNSC. Russia is a permanent member in UNSC, and Russia vetoes and Russia vetoes and Russia vetoes and Russia vetoes the matters. Russia vetoes the matters that are against. Russia vetoes the matters that are against India's interest. That are against India's interest. That are against India's interest. Fine. Okay. Next one, right on. Yeah. Next one, right on. Russia's support is needed. Russia's support is needed. Russia's support is needed for the navigation for the navigation in for the navigation in Arctic Ocean. See, now majority of the Arctic Ocean is controlled by Russia, because Russia has the longest coastal boundary in Arctic Ocean. So in order to navigate in Arctic, we require Russia's support. So Russia's support is needed in order to navigate in Arctic region. In order to navigate in Arctic region. Fine. Next one, right on. Geostrategic significance, or the geostrategic importance of Russia. Geostrategic importance of Russia. Geostrategic importance of Russia. So again, right on here. Russia. Russia provides. Russia provides nuclear technology to India. Russia provides nuclear technology to India. Next point under this, right on. Under this, right on. Next one, right on. Russia provides defense equipments. Russia provides defense equipments defense equipments to India. Russia provides defense equipments to India. Right. Next point, right on defense equipment, and then next point, right on. Russia supplies oil and natural gas. Russia supplies oil and natural gas to India, to India, to India, which reduces India's dependency, which reduces India's dependency on West Asia, which reduces India's dependency on West Asia, on West Asia. Fine. So these are the importance of Russia. Again, here from India's perspective, it's not that Russia is a big market as such, and the Russian economy is not something very big. Russia, in fact, Russia is suffering from inflation, unemployment, etc. So the Russian economy is not in a good position. So, but however, Russia controls the energy market. Russia controls the defense equipment. So because of that, we require Russia. And nowadays, due to climate change, the Arctic Ocean, in the ice in the Arctic Ocean is melting. Okay? And Arctic Ocean, the navigation via Arctic Ocean is a shorter route to many part of the world compared to your regular ocean. So in future, Arctic Ocean will become very important for the navigation route because the ice is melting in the Arctic Ocean due to climate change. The ice is melting. So in future, the ice will melt, and most of the Arctic Ocean will become a navigable route. So earlier it was not a navigable route. Russia did not have much benefit being having a coastline with Arctic Ocean. Now, due to climate change, Arctic Ocean is melting. So as a reason, we require Russia's support to navigate freely in Arctic Ocean because majority of the coastline of Arctic Ocean is controlled by Russia. Okay? And again, Russia is the one who is supplying us defense equipment, nuclear technology, etc. So as a reason, these are the geostrategic significance of Russia. So now let us see the challenges with India-Russia relationship. What are the challenges with India-Russia relationship? So first one, right on. Uh, Western sanction, Western, Western sanction, Western sanction. Right on here. When India engages with Russia, when India engages with Russia, when India engages with Russia, the Western countries, when India engages with Russia, the Western countries threaten sanction on India. The Western countries threaten sanction on India. Threaten sanctions on India. Threaten sanctions on India. Fine. Because we know that Russia is a rival of US. When we engage with Russia, US and the Western world, they threaten sanctions on India. So this is first challenge, and the next challenge is that Russia is supplying defense equipments to Pakistan. So right on here, Russia since 2016, Russia since 2016 is supplying defense equipment. Russia since 2016 is supplying defense equipments to Pakistan. Fine. Okay. So next one, right on. Post 2013, post 2013, post 2013, Russia is Russia is getting closer to China. Post 2013, Russia is getting closer to China. Russia is getting closer to China. Fine. So China is also investing a lot of money in Russia. So Russia is getting closer to China. And the last one is lack of economic diversification. Lack of economic diversification. Lack of economic diversification. Lack of economic diversification in India-Russia trade. Lack of economic diversification in India-Russia trade. Okay, so the trade between India and Russia is mainly with defense equipments and your energy. So this is the main trade that takes place between main commodities that is traded between India and Russia. So there's lack of economic diversification. So these are the broad challenges that we have with respect to India and Russia. Fine. Okay, so this was the end of your IR class. And again, here from UPSC perspective, the groupings are based on the current affairs. So whatever that is being taught in the current affairs webinar regarding the groupings, that becomes important. So the members keeps adding. So there's a dynamic. There's a lot of dynamics that is involved in the groupings. So be it G20 or G7, and whereas acquired, etc. So these are the groupings that are dynamic in nature. So all these dynamic groupings that will be taught in the webinar. So monthly webinars that would be taught. That all the dynamic groupings would be taught in the monthly webinars. Say this Tuesday I'll be teaching the G7, the details about G7, and all the groupings would be taught. Fine. This Tuesday we have a webinar. So and again from UPSC perspective, so your international relation is current affairs based. The groupings are current affairs based. Please go through Indian Express and the Hindu. It's very important from your international relation perspective. And monthly webinars, please watch the monthly webinars, so you'll get a broad understanding about the ongoing things in international relation. Fine. So this is what you have to do. Fine. Okay, so chalo then, all the best. And for the people who are giving this prelims, all the best. Study properly. Fine. Okay, all the best. Hoping to see your name in the final list. Fine. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you.